Continuing in halacha Yudalid. The base of Merchats in a shower house and a bathhouse. Gamkin also לדבר, להרהר בשום דבר שבקדושה. It is forbidden to speak or say דברי תורה like in a bathroom. להפריש, מאיסורי, להפריש, אפילו בלשון הקודש, אפילו בלשון רואה, שאסור לעשות הזקן. And if somebody's doing an aveda, so you have to stop and you tell him befedish, excuse me sir, it is forbidden, you're not allowed to do so. Even if it's in lashon oroah, which is you're telling him, you're commanding him, like Arav, you're telling the person, you be mafresh from doing an aveda. Also lahazkir shemay some yuchadim lahakadish baruchu afilu b'lashon chayil, and is forbidden to mention the Eibishter's name even in other lashonos. Again, God b'lashon Ashkenaz, Ibog b'lashon Poland, Russia, to say God, which are in Poland, in Ashkenaz, or Bog Slavoboga, which is in Poland or in Russian. The base Americhats Oib voice in the house, the bathhouse, or in the alleys, or in the streets, in the smelly places where it always smells. They keep the garbage. It's forbidden. You're not allowed to say shalom to your friend in those places. Because we find in the pasuk that shalom is the Eibishter's name. So to say the word shalom, it is asur echid in these places. We call the Eibishter's name shalom. Psak din bli tam utar ma'ava loy kriyashmat fila v'divrei Torah b'dibur. In the shower and the mikveh, there's 3 rooms. There's the mikveh itself. There's the place where the people take a shower. Then there is the place where the people are being mispashit. So the din is that in the middle room, where you have sometimes people, we're talking about the room where people get dressed or undressed. You have people that are dressed, people that are not dressed. Not the sinks, not the mikveh or the showers, the middle room. So the din is, in that room, you're allowed to, of course, tell somebody to do, stop him from doing it, without a tam, not give him explanation, but tell him, chulu is asur. To say Kriya Shema Tefillah is for sure also. You're not allowed to say anything kedusha, davening. But to think about Divrei Torah, it's mutter. But a person which his name is Shalom. Isha in the Kreise Sham Vishmai. Yesh Matin came and she name Chavin Alini na Shalom. Elo la Azkara Shemai Shaloi Adam. If somebody's name, you have a friend which his name is Shalom and he's in that room, and you want to call your friend Shalom, so the din is you're allowed to or you're not allowed to. So it's a machlekes. And the Yerushalayim would be machmir not to say Shalom. And the whole reason why you would let the person is because he's not mentioning, he's not having in mind Eibishter, he's having in mind his friend. According to the Alter, you don't have to be machmir ad kedei kach. If you say shalom in the room where the people are chatzi dressed and chatzi, so it's fine. Halachat as well. Also, לדבר דברי תורה, kedusha neged erva, bein shaloi, bein shalacher, afilu mikotan uktana. It is also forbidden to say a davar kedusha in front of a davar erva. What exactly a davar erva is, we're going to say in a second. Whether it's in front of a erva, a katan, a katana, doesn't make a difference. A small child. The yesh matirim ad ben teisha v'cheinikar. Some people hold that a erva of a katan is only after the age of 9. And this is the din. This is what we go after till the age of 9. In front of that erva. Rak the tzedek mitzvahs mila mutal levarech neged erva hatinei. We find that in front of a milah is the only time you will find in Torah where you're allowed to actually make a bracha in front of a davar sheba erve. So, according to the Alter Rebbe, it's not only a milah, it's also till the age of 9. יש מי שאומר שמקום מקום לא יאחז המויל הערווה בידי באיס הברכה. The moil should not touch the milah b'shas habracha. He doesn't need to, and he shouldn't. Even if somebody's in a situation where there's an erva in front of him and he closes his eyes, it doesn't help. Whether he's blind, or if it's in the nighttime, he has to make sure that it should be behind him. He should turn himself, that he shouldn't see the erva. Allah the zayin gufa isha komak mishadarik these cases. Even this gala sham shiur tefach v'yeshem afilu pachais mi tefach b'shuka b'sheika erva afilu b'ishtay v'nachin lachos. A body, a sham is the ban, a woman's body. Any place where it is daracha, the regular way is to be covered if there's a shir tefach which is mizgala, which is nizgal gevarin, or even less than a shir tefach on the Alter Rebbe, in the shaik, in the feet, or in any other places. We have to be machman in some other places, and we're going to see later in some places they're making. Depends in the place of that, the derech of the people in that place. For example, Saidas Areish, until what place? According to different places, if the ladies in the derech in the street is to have a bissel megula or not, totally depends on that. But however, if it's in the hands or in the feet, you have to be machmir. And Alter Rebbe says even in front of his own wife, to say davar shebekdush, you have to be machmir in this gilui from the erve. Chein Saida Shalisha Nesua, and the ears of a married woman. Asher darko lechasoisa mimnis galik tzas mehen chashu k'moi erva legabish. If she's a woman, is married, and the derech is to cover the ears, so in front of a man, it doesn't make a difference who. It's considered a double erva. Varti should give him the Saidas hayoyt. Saidas hayoyt is mechutz letzampa and mutter. Then you have a derech where some places where the ladies have ashtikul megula, whatever the shir may be, so over there the derech is beseder. Of course, it's always better that it should be covered. We find in the Gemara that Koyach of the Kohen Gadol was dafke because his mother was a tznuah, and even in the house, and the Gemara says that the walls didn't even see hairs of the mameh, and the kids came out to be Koyanim gedelim. Bein chiluk bein shehi ishto ya isha acheres. It doesn't make a difference if it's his wife or a different wife, a different lady. It doesn't make a difference. Avalagabi isha loi chashivik mayerva. But if it's ladies between ladies, it's not considered a davar sheberva. Keil zemerim isha chashu gam king mayerva. Now the chiddush is even if you hear a koil isha, not what's the gather of koil isha, hearing a lady talk. No, if she's singing, it's considered a davar sheberva. It is a forbidden. The whole idea of a davar sheberva is that it's arouses in a person sometimes a machshava zara, and then after that it can bring out the meisiber. So the same idea is seeing, the same idea is hearing, and each one has its stringency over the other one. Seeing is a scar, he saw it. Hearing is also, it's connecting himself to the person which is singing, because the whole idea of singing as a that the person when he sings, it's his neshama, he brings out his innerness into the song and what they feel and what they connect to the other person. And when a person sings something, even if he's in a room, it could affect somebody else to start singing the same thing or get into a vibe. And if it's, let's say, a music trancing, people start dancing. So seeing also has an effect, and hearing also has a effect, an inner effect, and that's why it's considered a davar sheberva if you're listening to a lady. And the Gabias Chassidim, it's always good to hear Nagunim. It cleans out the person's inner veinix, and the din is bein pnuya bein isha afilu shalishtei avokel dibure nierva. Now it doesn't make a difference if the lady's married or if she's single, or the Alter Rebbe says even if it's his wife, is considered a davar שבערוה. You should not listen to her singing. Be careful. But if it's just talking, it's not considered a davar שבערוה. We're not going to get into different days and pskim. If a person has ano from speaking to a lady, if it's that together, if he sees also minadin, he sees her hands, but it's not a davar שבערוה. We said past the elbow or past the knee. But if he has ano, there's different chumras in this idea of the davar שבערוה. Mitzad halacha over here, we see that dibur is not a problem, and again, the places which are supposed to be covered and are not covered after those places over here, we find that that's the davar שבערוה. The absolute limchais lo yevatem mishum ze b'kriyas shema al tefillah teira elo is ameis l'chavin kol l'vove akdusha shu oisik ba v'lo yitin leiv laleim. What if it's an in of a shasad chak? It's not that he put himself in a martz of a shasad chak. If he could go somewhere else, it's not going to get the shasad chak. The idea is if right now he has to say kriyas shema, he's afraid that he's going to miss man tefillah kriyas shema, or he has a shir, he's learning Torah, and there's a fabring in mamish across the street, and there's a bunch of neshamis singing over there. So he should be ma'amitz lavav, he should tell himself, and he should have the right kavanas, and the Eibishter will be machshav his tefillahs, his davening, his learning v'chulu. If a person, his own erva is seen, he could see his own erva. It doesn't have to mean he has to look at his erva, but if he's just standing, so it's also together that his eyes could see his erva. The same thing is if his heart, if he sees his friend's erva. If the two people are under the same talis, forever what the reason may be, I don't know. But if a chavreman sees his friend's erva, so the din is the same thing here. Not that I've asked about in every situation. Halacha has to be clear. We find also in Torah, get into the drushes over here, but by Noach we find in the Teva, it says, and however in other parshas, when it speaks about lahafrish, a person from the behemoths, it says, all the behemoths the question is, why in one place are we machmir, and the Torah goes out of his way to add asher and by other places it says chazer. So the thing is, when it comes to halacha, you have to be clear. You can't cut corners. You have to be mefedish. This is yet, this is no. If you have a reason, adarabba, explain it to the person. Even though the erva is covered, he's not arum, he's not naked, he's wearing a robe. But nevertheless, the thing is that his eyes, his heart can see the erva. It's in the same radius, it could see the erva. Gam can also leimar kol davar shebekdusha ela tzarich liyos lavush b'michnasayim shehem medubakim al b'sari o yechos be'ezer o yaniach zriyosov lachalu k'dei lahafsik bein libo l'erva v'isha eno tzrich lazois. So the thing is that he should wear or pants or underpants or a gartel, or he could take his two arms like this and push it down. That's also considered a davar amafsik libo to the erva. You could come into the yunim, that's a master aletzim. We're not going to get into it right now, but the idea is that like abi bracha, and especially if it's a shasad chak, it works with this hatter to have a hefsik between libo and the erva and say the davar shibbe kedusha. And these dinner are dafka by a man and not by a lady. Mikomakim im hein arusa is asur. The Alter Rebbe says that ladies between ladies, if they're engaged, they should be machmir, it's asur. And if they're sitting, not standing, if they're sitting, so then it's considered a good enough hefsek by a woman. There's a ma'aser that Rebbe says in Ma'aser Rav that we wear a gartel. We know why. There's a few pirushim. One is hikin the kras of the kechi throw that the soldiers go out to the army. We have a gartel when we got the daven and slash krova, it's a melchome, and we put on our gartel. There's another idea which we mentioned right here, that it is to be mafsik between libo, the upper part of the body, and the lower part of the body. The Rebbe said a Meiser once that a person came into shul and his gartel was a little high, and the Rav told him to lower the gartel a bit so that there should be more chelik min areish than min chelik min atachna. There should be more chaluke when he separates his elyon and his tachna. There should be more to the milo, connected to the reish, instead of the psoilus where the places the lower part of the body. That's what the Rav told him. The Rebbe continues, and the Rebbe says that by Arabim, by Arabs, their gartel is on their head. By them, everything is, including the reish milamata. Chaim